think I'm live. So let me make sure everything's working, that everything is showing up on my, just had to change it over to top chat so that I see everybody. Hi, everyone. Just making sure it's all working. I am not drinking any alcohol today. I will likely be drinking some on Sunday when I do the live with me, but today I am drinking my massive hydro flask full of water because I am slightly dehydrated right now. By slightly, I mean mostly. Anyway, just making sure that everybody is popping in okay. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so much for being patient with me during my time of surgery and recovery. You can kind of see it. It might look a little bit gross for those of you who've had surgery before, the steri strips, and you have to wait for them to fall off. Right now I'm in like the healing scabby phase, but my scar is gonna go all the way up my arm. So that's attractive. I had to trim my steri strips down and it's all like gross and scabby and lumpy right now, and I'm not excited to see what it looks like when it's done. Hey Jamie, well I'm only talking, so you're a good place for that. Is it itching? Yes, it is itching like a bitch. Bitching. I'm checking to see who, yeah. What was the surgery for? That's a good thing to explain, so thank you for the question, Leanne. So I have polycystic kidney disease, and while my kidney function is still not at a place where I require dialysis, it takes time as this whole process. I got my access put in January for dialysis, my hemodialysis access, and the whole process started in November of last year, and it's still not usable yet because of all of the surgeries it takes to get it ready. So it's really important if you have kidney problems and you're going to be going, you're going to go into kidney failure at some point, that you get ready for dialysis early, because it takes so much time. And if you aren't ready for dialysis when you need dialysis, they have to go in through a central line in your chest, and that's just no fun. So they had to go in. I had my dialysis access put in January, and it was too deep in my arm. So it was there and it was healthy, but it wasn't in a good spot. So they had to go in, and it was also all snaking around, like snaky veins around. We called it my Patreon stream yesterday. That's my new rock and roll name, is Snaky Veins. So it's like a jazz guitarist or a blues guitarist. So it was snaking all around my arm and it was branching off. So they had to straighten it out, tie off all the branches, and yeah. So that's what they did. The surgery was a success. Everything is healing okay. I may have to go in for another procedure because while it's all healthy and healing here, up here in my shoulder, the fistula is too small. So they may have to go in to put a balloon in to make it get bigger at some point. We won't know yet, though. I see my surgeon in another month to talk to her about it. Hi, Tira. Hi, everybody. Did they put it in too deep the first time, or did it merge by itself? No, the vein itself just was too deep in my arm. Where they put it into my shoulder, it was fine, but as it progressed into my arm, the vein just was too deep. It needs to be closer to the surface for it to be more usable. Anyway, so that's the surgery I had, and I'm recovering okay. I still get really tired really quickly, and I think it's because it's such a big incision and it's healing, and so it's making, it's like when you have a growth spurt as a kid, you need to sleep more to help your body maintain the energy that it needs to build, and right now it's rebuilding my arm. So I do still get exhausted, and that actually is something I'm gonna talk about for Plan As You Go. So you had surgery in your lower in October. Ooh, yeah. Isabel, what keeps you so positive through your health problems, even if you think fuck this shit? My attitude, honestly, and my kid is here with me right now. I'm gonna have to take them back to their dads after this is all done. So it's good that they're gonna hear this, I guess. I'm positive through my health problems because if I'm not positive, I will fall into the well of despair. You ever watch that movie, The Never-Ending Story, and there's the swamp of sadness and the horse and it drowns? Spoiler alert, it's like the saddest scene in any movie of the 80s when Artex drowns. It's traumatizing as fuck. My baby sister still sobs if she watches that scene.
And the horse actually died.
No, that's a myth. It didn't actually happen.
Good.
Yeah. That's how it feels if I'm not, this is not toxic positivity. This is not false positivity. This is this idea for me that like, yeah, I do have times where I sob and I'm like stressed and everything else. But for the most part, I try to like act under the impression of, well, my kidneys are going to fail. It's genetic. Ain't nothing going to stop it. So I might as well just do the best I can and push forward. And when I have shitty times and sad times, to accept that and let myself cry and let myself be sad and let myself be stressed out. But when I'm feeling good about things like I am now for the most part, even though my arm itches like fuck and it hurts still, like honestly, if I'm feeling decent, then I'm going to embrace that because, you know, like I'm not just going to sit here and be like depressed that my kidneys are failing because I've known about this since I was 21 and I'm 39 now. So I've had a lot of time to process this. And I try to just do the best with what I've got in any given circumstances. And the important thing is if you are feeling bummed out or you're hurting or you're not feeling great or any of those things, if you're feeling, no, this is not going to be a planner thing, but I am going to talk about it in a hot minute. So just give me a minute there. If I am ever feeling down or bummed or depressed, to let myself feel that way. You can't just feel like, yeah, all the time when your body is like having a lot of trouble. So like take whatever you're served and like be part of that and then work your way through it the best that you can. So sometimes you see me in the happy place. You don't always see me when I'm like falling apart and sobbing because I don't really feel like turning the phone camera on at that point. But if you see what I'm saying here, that's kind of my philosophy on it. All right. Anyway. Exactly, Jamie. It's actually very similar to how I feel about grief as well. When I lost my parents, there were times where with my dad, I actually struggled a lot. When my mom died, it was awful, but at the same time, like, if you try and push it away and ignore it, it's always going to come back to bite you. So you might as well just feel it in the moment and then try and move forward the next time you have the opportunity. Better to be real than hide. Exactly, Pamela. Deb, that's exactly how it works for me too sometimes. You allow yourself some wallow time, then you get over yourself and move forward again. Yeah, that happens to me a lot. The wallow time sometimes is a lot longer than I would want it to be, but it does happen. Anyway, so the point of this video is to explain Plan As You Go because it's going to be different this time than previously. Now, I talked to my patrons yesterday and I told them that I wasn't sure how I was going to be moving forward with Plan As You Go. This morning, I decided because of how I was feeling this morning, I was still feeling really shitty this morning, like it's itchy and I'm exhausted, but I'm not like I'm hurting still, but I'm not like hurting. I'm not on any painkillers right now. My kidneys are back. I can feel them. I couldn't when I was on Percocet. But the point being is that I woke up this morning and I was just not ready to start yet. So what I am going to do is give myself a couple more days to sleep and just rest. And I've been working on, you can see in the background here, you can see some of the project I'm working on that I haven't talked about. Unless you're a patron, then you know what it is. Hashtag Patreon, hashtag. I just lost the word I was going to use. What the fuck word was I going to use? No, I was going to say like, not hype. What the fuck word was I going to use, Katie? Do you know, like when I was like, plug, shameless plug, hashtag shameless plug. Okay. Anyway, the point being is that Plan As You Go is still going to be for the month of August, but it's not going to start until Sunday. Sunday, there is a live plan with me at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. And then from then on, every day I will be filming my planning process for the entire month. I'm just giving myself today, tomorrow, and Saturday to sleep in and not worry about it. And I will start it. So the live will be on Sunday and then the daily videos will start on Monday for the rest of the month. So I'm just giving myself a break for the next couple of days. I feel like I just need a little bit more time to kind of rest, and I have to go do some stuff at church on Sunday morning, so that's like the day I have to like emerge back into society, so that'll be a good day to start. But it's going to happen for the rest of the month, so we're skipping like technically 2 days because I'm streaming today and I'm streaming on Sunday. So Friday and Saturday I'm technically skipping, but every other day this month there will be a video of me planning, showing my process. For those of you who haven't been here through Plan As You Go, what I do is I film my actual planning process. And I mean, when I film my plan with me and shit, that's also my actual planning process. But this is like a daily continuation of my planning process over the course of a whole month. So you see how it evolves, how when I do my planners, I don't fill the whole thing out unless I'm trying to fuck it up for a live plan with me, because I fill it in every day as I use it. And the other reason I wasn't going to start planning as you go this week is because I haven't touched my planner this week. I've been too tired. So I will be touching it on Sunday and moving forward from then. At least today is it Monday. Exactly. So, I'm just checking to see, because I'm reading comments, but it's harder to catch them all, like Pokemon.
But you gotta.
I will take care, and I'm feeling good. Like, I'm not feeling, you know, my best. I mean, and my best is never 100% because I have chronic pain, but I'm not feeling my regular base level. I'm still feeling kind of shitty, but I'm feeling better than I was at this point after my last surgery. Can you get a shout out? Sure. Hi, Obsessive Stationery.
Nice.
Thanks, Katie. Okay, so that's the plan as you go. So it will happen every day this month. Was that the only real? And the catching up was about the surgery. So yeah, that's all the things I had to talk about. My special secret project I'm working on that my patrons know about, that you guys have seen glimpses of on in various places. And it's not totally secret. I have made comments before that I want to start selling prints of my artwork, but what the artwork is going to be, it's not, you see flowers, but it's more than flowers, just I promise you. But though the full reveal of that will be soon. I'm going to continue working on that this month. I finished my part of the book. I'm waiting to see if I have more revisions or anything, but everything that I have sent in has been sent in. So that's good. And then I have at least one freelance project to start working on this month. And yeah, flowers with eggplants. No, but you're in the right neighborhood.
Mom, that phrasing, all the things I've sent in have been sent in.
Okay. Yes. The salty print with the Katie with the little salt shaker. Yeah, I know some people want that one. I have to figure out if I should scan it in or just recreate it since it's on wood. That's awesome, Isabel. I might do that, at least until I have to go to church on Sunday. So, yeah. Other than that, my kids... Okay, somebody asked when my kids start school. They start school on the... Is it the 14th, Katie? I think it's the 14th. Yeah, it's like mid-month. It's like the mid-Wednesday in the month. Katie has band camp this whole week and next week. So band camp has started, meaning that the school year is on its way.
Summer is over.
We received packets from the high school for all the school paperwork, but they don't think they go back to the middle school office until Monday, so we haven't gotten the middle school packets yet. Paperwork, hashtag parenting. It's parent homework time right when the school year starts. I have barely been on Instagram, so I have not seen hardly anything that's been sent there. So if you sent me stories or messages, I apologize if I haven't responded. I have been basically not showing up at all. Anyway, your daughter starts senior year on the 7th. So does Katie and RJ's stepsister. Yeah, I feel old too, and she's not even my kid. All right, so now that we've talked about that, do you guys have any questions for me? Because I'm only going to be on here shortly. I can't stay on for very long because I need to take Katie back. But I would love to answer any of your questions. Did you guys notice that my office is a little different? There will be an updated office tour coming out. My studio tour will be coming out eventually, but for now you can just get a sneak peek of stuff over here. And then over here. It's redone now, so we'll worry about that later. How is Katie doing? I hope that answers your question. How was the Peach Festival? Hey, Katie, how was the Peach Festival?
Hot.
It wasn't that hot.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't. The last 2 years, that was nothing. Did you enjoy it? Did you have fun?
It was good.
It was good. I had a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was, and the guys, the band, Jesse's band, were awesome. They were fantastic, and it was a great gig for them. Did you mention another surgery? Yes. I don't know for sure, and I don't know if it's a surgery or if it's a procedure, like an angio something or another, where they send the thing up your vein. But they might want to put a balloon in my fistula to make it bigger, up in the, like this part of my arm. Any themes I have in mind for August plan with me? Not a goddamn clue. Maybe back to school? Whatever I currently have, I don't even know, dude. Not a chance. Like, I barely figure out what I'm gonna do until like the day I'm doing it. Unless like I get something I love, like some fucking stickers or something in the mail, or like some washi that I really am into at the moment.
You should make your plan with me. Like, do your planner, but do everything based on those like back to school hacks that DIY channels.
Oh God.
Where it's like,
not this month. I need
where
to
it's
use.
like where it's like the put toothpaste in put baking soda toothpaste and it's white out.
Okay, Katie is very not thrilled with you. This is last year too when we did the Erin Condren
Yep.
planner review. You were still going on about these back to school DIY people. Okay, I got some more questions here from Meg. What's the one thing you've learned from planning and living with chronic illness? I have learned that I have to hit a middle ground between planning my life and expecting my life to go according to plan. If I don't do any kind of planning, I won't do anything, because when I'm not feeling good, my first impulse is to do nothing. And most days I don't feel good, so then I'll never do anything. And so I have to plan some stuff out to motivate me to actually get some shit done. But I can't expect my life to go like clockwork, because it's not gonna. So that's kind of what I've learned, is that I need to sort of cruise that nice line. I mean, it's never a nice line, but like to cruise that middle ground between flying completely by the seat of my pants and getting nothing done, and trying to live my life completely by some arbitrary plan and getting nothing done because I'm depressed because nothing worked out. So yeah.
Cruise that broken bendy straw.
Yeah. Does Katie still use their planner and like it? No. It's not that Katie didn't like the planner. Katie thought the planner was awesome, but it didn't fit on Katie's desk, little tiny high school desks, and there was never enough time to write anything down, so we're working on a better option for this school year to help Katie out, because Katie does need something to write things down in.
It was lovely, and if you have big desks, get it. If you don't, maybe don't.
Okay, Michelle asked, are you still using your Happy Planner Wellness Planner? Yes, with the caveat that I have not really done anything for the last couple weeks because I've been just recovering, so I'm just going to write surgery in there and continue with it starting today. I put a bunch of pictures in it for the week leading up to surgery, but I didn't write anything down, so it has gotten some use, and I didn't expect to, I expected with any other thing I was doing that it was going to completely just be like, because I was not feeling good and recovering from surgery, and I wasn't going to put that kind of onus on myself. So I don't feel guilty for not having used it the last couple of weeks, but at the same time, I do want to mark, oh hi Mark, in there that I had surgery and I was recovering, and that's why I didn't use it. Scrolling. No, I have not yet, but I will be going by there hopefully tomorrow. Diane asked, how did this recovery compare to last one? Better. And I think it was because even though the incision was bigger, there was no creation of a fistula, so my body wasn't adapting to that. It was just adapting to the actual incision, as opposed to the incision and the manhandling of my veins to fuse them together and make the fistula, the AV fistula, that is, not like a butt fistula. So this was a lot less painful. Remember the Sacramento area? Hey, I'm in Napa, dude. Sacramento area is a quick drive for me. Well, relatively quick. How do you tell yourself it is okay to not get everything done? That was from Obsessive Stationery. I tell myself that. I don't always listen to myself. I think it's a I think it's the combination of being really clear or at least attempting to be really clear on my prioritization and what things have to get done. Like I have to send my water bill in. I have to pay my mortgage. I have to do these certain things. They have to get done. And then there are other things that I would like to get done that really should get done, but don't have to get done. And then there are things that I just kind of want to get done. And if I can be clear, I don't have to keep everything like super listed. I don't fucking bother with that all the time. But if I can be good at recognizing what things have to be done by me, and I can manage to focus on those and nothing else gets done, I'm getting better at letting go of that and being like, you know what, you got the most important things done. Don't fucking worry about it. This is something I am working on telling myself. But I think when you just don't get anything done, you feel like, oh fuck, my life's falling apart, and you haven't really thought about what has to get done. Or at the very least, celebrating what did get done. If you have, like, as an example, as somebody with chronic pain, there are days, if I manage to get out of bed and take a shower and brush my teeth, then I got that done. If I manage to put my makeup on a day when I'm feeling like that, it's like, fuck yeah, dude, I'm productive today. So it's all a matter of, rather than like a zero-sum game, either I got my shit done and I was productive, or I get shit done and I was lazy. It's much more nuanced than that. You really got to think about like what has to get done. And when you get something small done, being like, celebrate it. Be like, fuck yeah, Pat, no one else is going to celebrate you if you don't celebrate you. So celebrate the little things, because that will help you feel like a sense of accomplishment. Oh my God, my nose is running. I'm so attractive. You want to thank me for my podcast? Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. Scrolling. Explain. Oh, hi, Mark. It's from the movie The Room. It's a really terrible movie. And he's in the middle of this gigantic argument situation. His friend shows up and he's all like, blah, blah. Oh, hi, Mark. It's like a GIF. You can totally look it up and find it on there. But I just say that because it's funny to me. And it's a joke that I've basically, like the horse that's been beaten till it's dead. That's basically what I've done with this joke. And I'm going to keep doing it because YOLO. What? Dust. Dust. That's from another movie. That's from Loser with Jason Biggs. I don't know if any of you remember that movie. I don't know if any of you remember Loser, but it was some like cheesy early 2000s movie about this kid who's a big old loser and goes to college and has the worst roommates from hell. And one of them is like, dust. And so ever since then, my kids and I thought it was the funniest thing, so we would do it to each other.
And to Jesse, too.
And to Jesse, and Jesse fucking hates it. Has Katie tried a bullet journal? No, and I don't think Katie would. I don't think that's your thing. What do you think, Katie? You interested in bullet journaling?
I don't know what a bullet journal is.
I'll give you. I have the book. You could read that.
Oh God. Oh, my favorite movie shtick that you beat into the ground was the quote from Sleepaway Camp.
Oh, we're not going to talk about that one. Okay, that one. Okay.
I know, and that's why.
All right, so Jersey Babe asked, do you ever see yourself going back to the more decorative bullet journaling? I thought about it. It just depends on whether or not I feel like I can do it without getting lost in the decorativeness of it all. Like, I spent so much time on my bullet journal, like dicking around, making it all fancy, and I was spending more time dicking around in my bullet journal than I was actually doing anything. And so I had to step away from that. And sometimes the only thing I can do to step away from things is to really step away from things. So I might, maybe, if I feel like it's something I can dip back into without feeling completely overwhelmed. I'm scrolling. I know, I can see what you're talking about, Janine. Yeah, this is, yeah. Oh my God, Amy. Okay, your question, it's a typo and I'm so amused by it. It says, I have trouble finding ways to stop before overdoing because of guilt. How do you deal with the quilt? I have a quilt. It's a porno quilt. It has scenes from pornos on it. But no, like seriously though, dealing with the guilt of overdoing it, it just takes reminding yourself over and over again that it's okay. That it's okay. That you don't need to feel, and I think I was listening to a podcast today and they were talking about how Brene Brown defines the difference between guilt and shame. Guilt is something that you can do something about. Shame is something that is part of who you are. And I would say that if you can't get everything done because you're overdoing it, but you feel guilty that you can't get everything done, what you're really feeling is shame that you can't get everything done. Because if you're sick or if you're hurting or if you're depressed or if something's going on in your body that you can't do anything about and that's causing you to not get everything done, you shouldn't feel guilty about that because it's not your fault. You're feeling shame. And if you're feeling shame for that, then you shouldn't be feeling shame for that because you can't change who you are. And if who you are is making it so you can't get everything done, it's not fair to guilt yourself for that. I don't know if that helps you or not, but if you can just say like, dude, why am I guilting myself over this when I'm overdoing it? Like it's making me feel bad and crappy and I'm having a bad day and now I can't get anything done and I'm not good for my family and I'm not good for my friends or whatever. Maybe I need to like realize that no, I should feel guilty if I overdo it because I'm not being kind to myself. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay. Okay, let's see what else I've got here. Can I show any paintings you've been working on? Not super up close, but I'll grab them. I'll show you the 4 I've done so far. But I'm not going to show you up close because then you might see the secrets. So here's one. And then here's one. These are the originals.
Mom, you know people can screenshot these.
Shut up, Katie. And then here's one. And then here's the first one I did, which is my favorite so far. And
It's all downhill from here.
it's all downhill from here. Oh shit, I don't want to put those on top of that though. God damn it. Whoops. Okay, everything's moved. Damn it. Shut up, Katie. All right. I'm trying to figure out what's happening here. Since you're you're gonna be selling your artwork, would you consider doing more videos on painting, watercoloring, and doodling? I'd love to. I'm probably gonna do some of that for Skillshare as well, but I think I'll do some for YouTube. Honestly, the problem when I do those on YouTube, this is gonna sound like such a dick thing to say, but the problem for when I'm doing things on YouTube is they just don't get as many views as my other videos do. And I like doing them, but they're actually more effort. They take more effort to produce than some of the other stuff I do. And if I make them and then they don't get a lot of views, then it feels kind of like, oh, fuck, why did I spend the time on that? Even though I know some people really like them. So it's one of those like, if I only have limited time to spend on a video. So I am planning on doing some more art videos, but how often, I'm not sure. All right. Oh, see, and now where I'm at in the comments trying to find questions is when I was talking about losers. So that's how far back I am. Did I read the bullet journal method? Yes. And my thoughts on that book are mixed. Some of it I was like, that's a good refresher. Other of it I was like, oh, this doesn't apply to me. And some of it I was like, So it could be helpful, but you could probably find all of it on the internet.
Isn't that just a motto you could use?
For a lot of things, yes.
For the internet.
Yeah, I am scrolling right now.
I love announcing that I'm scrolling every time I scroll.
My favorite pens, Dexter, I can't answer that. I can. Well, I mean, I can't because I like a lot of pens, but currently the favorite pen I'm using for gel is the Via Beautiful pen. I like this one a lot. And for fine liner, the one I'm currently using a lot, not necessarily my favorite, but the one I reach for a lot is not actually this one. It's the Faber-Castell Pitt pen, but it's the S, not the F. So that's the one I'm using the most. I love like the Pilot fine liner and all the other ones I've used. Those are just the ones I'm using the most. So not necessarily my favorite, but just the ones I have a lot of trouble like picking pens because I own like 1 million of them. Are there bad words hiding in them? Maybe. Is there tiny man joke? Have I ever used Da Vinci watercolor paints? No, I've heard they're great though, but I have not. The current ones I'm using that I love, I've been using for a while, are the Regina's watercolors. They're handmade and the palette is glass. It's a glass mixing surface and these are fantastic. I love these colors, especially because I paint flowers and this is an excellent color range for botanicals. I've also been really enjoying the Paul Rubens ones. And I have used the Hydrus, the liquid watercolors by P.H. Martin, Dr. P.H. Martin. Those ones are great too because they don't when you re-wet them, like when you've painted on the paper, they don't reconstitute at all when you re-wet them, so it'll stay dried. Let me see what else.
You're not very good at keeping secrets.
Shut up, Katie.
Also, if it doesn't like
Katie!
No, I'm not talking. If it doesn't re-wet itself, isn't it not a watercolor?
No, it doesn't re-wet on the paper. It re-wets in the pan.
Well, no, yeah, if it doesn't re-wet on the
It's
paper,
still water soluble, but when it dries, it doesn't. Why don't we not? Can we not have this argument? Thank you. Okay. I'm scrolling. What's the next planner event you plan on attending? I'm gonna be at the candy shop in Portland, in Oregon, in October, and in September, I don't know when yet, but I will be in New York in September to visit family, and I'm going to try and put together just a little meetup while I'm there. So stay tuned. Oops, I burped. Okay, another question. How do you find the courage to just put yourself out there, making videos, going live? Lots of alcohol. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe. No. I don't know. I used to have such low self-esteem. I had such low self-esteem. I had horrible self-esteem. I thought that there was something wrong with me because I was so weird and nobody understood me, and I was loud and I liked weird shit and I was obnoxious. And I'm 6'2", and so a loud, obnoxious 6'2" woman is like in your face, and I'm awkward, and I was just like, fuck no. And then some reason in my mid-20s, I had some friends. Like, I'd always been terrible at making friends. Like, my friends had always burned me in the past. And like, then when I was in like my mid to late 20s, when I was having some really rough times in other parts of my life, I met some friends who were really awesome and just liked me for being me. And then after my ex and I split up because we realized we were no good for each other, I met Jesse, and he thinks I'm amazing just the way I am. And suddenly I started realizing that, yeah, I might be big and awkward and loud and fucking annoying and obnoxious, but at the same time, there's nothing wrong with that. Some people might not like me, and that's cool because I don't always like everybody. So, you know, and I feel like I would be so intimidated by people I saw on the internet because they didn't seem loud and obnoxious. I swear to God, in the paper crafting world, in the plannery world, and the art world, and it seems like people are either young and adorable, or they're older and their lives are together, and everything in their house is white. And it's like, for the older people especially, I mean, like, I have a bunch of white furniture, but my house is dark, dude. Like, our house is like a hobbit hole. It's super dark. Hashtag California paying way too much money for a hobbit hole. But like, everybody's lives seemed put together and they knew what they were doing, and like, they never dropped the F-bomb. And in the art world, everybody's like 12 and like, and they all paint anime, and like, I was like, where the fuck are people like me? And so I was like, so shit, yeah, I'm gonna put myself out there on the internet because maybe somebody will see me and be like, oh, hell yeah. I may not be like this weird ass motherfucker, but I might be weird in general, and I can identify with this weird ass motherfucker. And so, and I also know that like, I have a lot of things in my life that are privileged. Like, I'm white, and I'm cisgendered, and I am heterosexual, but I am the parent of a non-binary kid. So I have a window into that community, even if I'm not in that community. And I have chronic illness, even though it's sometimes hard to see it because it's inside of me. It's kidney disease. And like, I feel like there's such a pressure on the internet to fit into a category, or to be like, whether you fit into an archetype or like a certain kind of person on the internet. And I don't fit in a fucking box, and most people don't fit in a fucking box. And I just figured I'd be my fucking self. And I said fuck so many times, I'm gonna get so demonetized. But like, honestly, the point is that I'm fine putting myself out there because I have realized that I am comfortable with who I am. And if somebody else who's not comfortable with who they are can see this random ass motherfucker putting it out there on the internet and using a Gorbachev nesting doll and dropping the F-bomb and yelling at their kid and like, you know, all of these other things, if you can see that and think, God, she puts herself out there, then maybe you'll feel more comfortable with putting yourself out there. Because if that weirdo can do it, then I can do it too. And so that's why.
Mom, you're truly not like other girls.
Thanks, Katie. You are such a sarcastic little butt nugget. You are my child.
I'm also Dad's kid.
You are also Dad's kid. We are both stubborn ass, sarcastic assholes, and so you got it from both sides of the family. I apologize.
So I am doubly the sarcastic asshole.
I'm scrolling. Oh, my paintings remind you of a brooch you made? That's awesome. I want to see a picture. Do you ever think I'll do my doodle and lettering challenges as a part of Plan As You Go? Well, I mean, I do them. Oh, thank you for the super chat. I'll see it in a second because I'm all the way up in the comments. I mean, I usually do them during Plan As You Go, like you can see them. I'm not sure what you're asking. So if you clarify, I'll have a better idea. Okay, Sarah, good question about the black page journals. I actually got one of those in the mail. Or not, they didn't send it to me, I ordered it. But like, I got one, and I'm thinking about using it in October for Halloween. I'm not sure yet, though. Don't steal my idea. Okay, do I still use my Plum paper planner? No, I fucking don't like the paper. I tried using it. It's too slippery for me. It's slippery when wet, and while Bon Jovi is my boyfriend, like, no. Do I plan on making videos where I set up my Etsy account or updates advice for people wanting to start? I don't know if I have that kind of. Now I've heard there's this big brouhaha about free shipping, so now I'm not even sure if I'm going to use Etsy or if I'm just going to do it on my own website. So maybe not. I'm not sure. It's a good idea though. My 6-year-old wants to know if I like Minecraft. Your 6-year-old, because I don't have a 6-year-old anymore. I've never played Minecraft. I'm actually not that interested, but both of my kids have played Minecraft.
It's fun.
Katie likes it, so there you go. Okay, I'm scrolling. Trying to figure out what the hell is happening in these comments.
Having a problem.
I got a super chat, question mark, but it says message retracted, so I don't know if that means it got taken back or not. That's okay if it did. It's okay. Yes, Nikki, that's why we're besties. Oh, you guys are all awesome as I'm reading through these. Oh, are you wondering if I'm going to do them because I didn't in July? Yes, I haven't started them yet, so I may be catching up at some point, but yes, I will be doing them. That's the goal. Because I really want to draw Scuttle, because he's my boy. You want a black page journal so bad, which would I recommend? I know Scribbles That Matters coming out with one. I got the Archer and Olive one because it's the only one I knew about, and I like their journals, so that's the one I got. Honestly, I have no idea. I'm still new to this world. Oh, thank you for the super chat about screwing demonetization. I just got there. All right. Bye, Deborah. Have I ordered an Agendio planner? No. I've spent 3 hours on that website and got overwhelmed with all the choices. And I was like, I can't do this. I'm supposed to. I've promised multiple people I was going to. And I mean, this is, I guess, something to say in the review process. For somebody like me that suffers from the too many choices debacle, it's a hard thing. Scroll. Ooh, it's your wife's birthday, Deb? Happy birthday to her. Do I like Happy Planner Wrong Run collection? I think it is absolutely gorgeous. I got some of it at Go Wild and I'm supposed to send it to somebody because I'm not going to use it. I think it is stunning. I think it is absolutely beautiful. I've made very clear on multiple channels, I don't like people in my planner. It gives me the creeps. Mannequins give me the creeps. Dolls that look too realistic give me the creeps. Stickers of people's faces, no matter how beautiful they are, give me the willies. So I won't use it, but I think it is stunning and I love the representation. So yeah. But I don't want to be scared by people in my planner because it freaks me out. I've done it a couple times specifically for Lamika because she did some stickers of like Black Panther and I put them in and I was like, these are gorgeous. And I put them in. I didn't use my planner for the rest of the week because it gave me the willies, even though like I was excited about them.
Dolls that I paint give you the creeps.
No, they don't look quite so realistic though. Katie does the thing where you like wipe off the Monster High doll face and then paint a new face on. Thank you for the super chat, Aaron. Hashtag YouTube. Are you interested in any kind of home decor with your lettering and paintings? You'd love some stuff with my F-word phrases. Funny enough, I actually am super interested in the world of licensing and commercial art right now. Like, one of the things I'm really interested in taking on more of is commercial projects where it doesn't require me to be me. Like, now I know somewhere like Michael's wouldn't license like a fuck yeah coffee. You know, they might do F yeah, but not fuck yeah. But like, I am interested in seeing my stuff on like paint, like pictures to hang up or on mugs or whatever, like besides what Kristen does. Time to deal with, and I have zero of that right now. Except time to be fucking rad. Okay.
Funny.
Oh, nice. Yeah, question. Have you seen? I love how you add question, Claudia. I appreciate that. And as for questions during Plan As You Go, I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that yet. I'll figure that out by Sunday and tell you guys. But like, it's awesome to answer your questions in Plan As You Go videos. It's also really overwhelming, so I have to figure out a better way to go about it. Claudia asked, "Have you seen the Paper Studio L collection? They have people stickers." No, and I probably wouldn't even look for it because they give me the creeps. Mannequins are the devil's spies. Yes, you are my people. Okay. Those mannequins, have you seen them? I don't remember where I saw one. It was at some fucking department store where they were like the body and then the head, but it was like to the chin and then the head was cut off at an angle. And I was like, what in the actual fuck? Like, question, you mentioned you did lettering for Trader Joe's. Did you draw for them too? Yeah. I did, like, on the signs, the artwork and everything. I wasn't the only one. There was another sign, like, at any given point. I think that the most whenever I was a sign artist at Trader Joe's, there were two other artists besides me. Maybe 3 at one point. But yeah, every Trader Joe's has their own artists, and they do all the lettering and the art in the store. And I did art in the store. Jenna Rainey, have you seen her brand to brand stuff? I've heard of her, but no, I have never seen that. Twilight Zone had an amazing mannequin episode. No, thank you. Not in hell. There was this movie that came out in the 80s called Dolls. It was about this, I watched too many horror movies. It was about this family with this like really shitty dad and really shitty stepmom and then this cute little girl with like a teddy bear, and they get lost in the middle of the English countryside and go to this like old man's castle in the middle of nowhere with his creepy old man and his wife, and he's like a doll maker, and then these other like fucked up like punk rockers with this guy who was like a big dweeb. They all are in this house for the longest night of the year, and the dolls are actually alive, and they kill anybody who doesn't believe that they're like alive. Like if you don't think they're alive, they'll kill you. And it scared the shit out of me when I was little. Like, the shit. I watched it with my mom, of all people, and I remember specifically burying my face in her boobs. It's not like she was naked, but like, and like covering my eyes because I was so freaked out. You remember that movie? I'm glad I'm not the only one. I love Sleepaway Camp too. That movie's awesome. The original one. I mean, the sequels are hilarious, but the original one is a classic. How am I doing? I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Question. What's your take on digital planning? Have you tried it? Okay. There are 2 kind of realms of digital planning that I'm kind of thinking about here. The first realm is using like Google Calendar. And I use a Google Calendar in tandem with everything else I use. I do all my forward planning with my Google Calendar. Like instead, I used to put it in my monthly Erin Condren. Now it's on a Google Calendar that my whole family has access to. Plus I do all of my other like outward planning, like appointments and editorial calendar and all that. So I do that kind of digital planning. I'm totally fine with it in conjunction with my paper planners because I love writing things down. When it comes to the digital planning, like on the iPad or whatever, where it looks like a paper planner, but it's on the digital and you can use digital stickers, I have no interest in doing that for a very specific reason. I hate writing with my Apple Pencil. I love lettering with my Apple Pencil. I cannot stand writing with it. I have tried multiple different brushes, multiple different settings, and I just don't like it. Like, I hate the feeling of it. I like lettering with it. I don't like lettering with it as much as I like lettering on paper, but when it comes to doing freelance work, I like lettering with it because it's a lot faster with my workflow. But when it comes to just experimenting, I'd rather do it with pen and paper or with ink and paper. And the writing with the Apple Pencil, like my regular just like chicken scratch, fucking sucks. It's like nails on a chalkboard. I hate it so much. Hate. So no, it's not something I expect to do anytime in the near future.
Based off that explanation, I thought you would definitely do it every day.
Thanks, Katie. Sarcasm. Hashtag. Will you text Jesse and let him know you're here? Because he's going to get home and he's going to be like, what the hell? How did you get here? No, don't text him. He'll just get here and be surprised. Never mind. Aw, thank you so much, Tahani. I hope that's how I pronounce that. I'm reading all this. Yeah, I have the matte screen protector, but it came with two, and I tried putting one on, and I totally fucked it up, and I haven't had the nerve to put the second one on yet, because I totally screwed up the first one. This was like 2 years ago. I still have it. It's literally still, swear to God, it's literally still with my iPad. Where the hell is it? Waiting to get put on my iPad from 2 years. I still haven't put it on yet.
Mom!
Because I fucked the first one up and this was expensive and I don't want to buy another one. Katie, shut up.
Oh my God. And you're the one who tells me that if you have nice things, you should use them.
I should use them. How am I liking the power sheets? I am really liking them. I find them to be very clarifying for me. And I'm going to use them again next year. I would say that you need to watch, like go through and watch my first videos when I did them. Because if all that like thought work in the beginning seems like a pain in the ass or like way overboard for you, you're not going to like them. And I haven't done any like monetary business goals in there. I haven't used it that kind of a business goal setting. I might do that next year. But this year I just wanted to work on myself because I've been so stressed out. Like I started seeing a therapist this year and just other things going on because of, you know, I've never really been someone who's felt like they needed to see a therapist. I just never felt the urge to. But ever since my health has dropped and I've started talking to the transplant center people and working on my dialysis access, I have been in such a like fucked up state of mind that it's really helped. This has been a year where I've needed something like that. But I tried for 2 years before and I didn't like them. They used to be a little bit more religious. They're not religious anymore because Laura Casey's just like super into religion for a lot of other things she does. But the power sheets don't have that anymore, but they used to. And I think that was one of the reasons I didn't like them because I'm not Christian and so it doesn't really interest me. Clowns don't scare me that badly, and I don't know why. You'd think I'd be scared of clowns. That would track with a lot of the other things I'm scared of, but I'm not. I'm scared of heights. I'm scared of spiders. I'm scared, yes. What else am I scared of? What else am I scared of, Katie? I have weird fears. I'm not scared of my pillows or my couch cushions being everywhere, but I hate it. Our new couch doesn't have loose cushions. Now you're not going to have to hear me bitch about them all being, like, wrong anymore.
On the floor.
Yeah. Why are the couch cushions messed up?
You're scared of finding Jesse and RJ's socks everywhere.
I'm not scared of that. It just annoys me.
Oh yeah, you're so scared of spiders. Like, spider hunter right here.
Am I still using my Erin Condor bag? Yeah, I'm just using it. Jesse actually used it for one day too. He took it to a meeting. I haven't used it in the last couple weeks because I haven't carried anything on my shoulders because I'm not supposed to. But the beginning of the month, I used the shit out of it, and I will use it again. I like it. It's not my everyday bag. I just use my regular purse for that. But as a bag to take shit to like rehearsal or to meetings or whatever, or to work outside the house, it's perfect for me. So I don't know how it takes a bunch of daily wear and tear because I don't use it that often. But like in terms of a tote bag, but for my purposes, it's working out great. Well, thank you anyway, Claudia. I appreciate that. I've seen Sarah Marie. I've seen some of her videos. I haven't watched any of the budgeting ones. I actually, like, I've watched some budgeting videos. I don't watch them very often. And I think it's because, this is going to sound so asshole-ish. When people use their real numbers and I see how much they're paying for rent or their mortgage when they live somewhere in like the Midwest or whatever the case may be, I get fucking ragey. That's why I couldn't watch that show. What's the show with those people that annoy me? This is gonna make people think I suck. The show with the people that annoy me.
There's a lot of those.
Yes. It's the home show where they go and they redo the house and they put all the shiplap on the walls and...
Flip or flop?
No. And they buy, and the houses are like 50 grand, and then they put like 250 grand into them, and it becomes this like showpiece. And she's got stuff at Target, and they really annoy me. Who the fuck are those people? Fixer Upper. That's it. So, those people annoy the shit out of me. So, I couldn't put my finger on why. They just irritate me. When they have these houses that are so cheap, I can't watch it. And then Jesse walked in. I was watching it while we were house hunting, and he walked in and saw how much they were like looking for houses for, and he was like, fuck that. He walked right back out again. I get really annoyed when I see people's cost of living in other places because I live in fucking, like in the North Bay area of California. Like it's expensive to live here. And
we live in a tourist town.
A tourist town. I thought you said tourist town, like the zodiac sign. I was like, what are you talking about?
We live in wine country.
Yeah, we live in wine country. We live in Napa. And like, I love living here, but it is pricey as fuck. And it gets very demoralizing to see people spend half of what we spent for a house that's 3 times as big. And when I see it in people's budget videos, I just can't. I can't watch it. And because I get so grumpy, it's just not something I try to bring into my life very often. Yeah. Yes, Claudia, Jesse is my soulmate. He and I don't always hate on the same things, but when we do, it's like magic. Bing! You live in Pleasanton? Yeah, you feel my pain. My grandparents lived in Livermore, and they bought their house in the 60s, late 60s, for like $75,000. And when they moved several years ago to Oregon, they sold it for like, I don't even want to know how much. Yeah. Is $200,000 for a house a lot to you? No. Let me put this a different way. There is currently a gigantic brouhaha in town because these new apartments are opening up, and the rent for a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment in these apartments is $2,400. Yeah. And people are just like fried about it. I'll be real with you guys. We paid $435 for this house. It's 1,100 square feet, and it was a massive fixer-upper, not like a covered in shiplap fixer-upper, but it was a hoarder house that we had to redo the kitchen, basically we're still working on it. Our house, you've seen it if you watch my bullet journal video, our house project list is a mile long because it was like a hoarder house that we bought, and we have been slowly but surely making it better. And that's how much, like, that was cheap for our area. Yeah. Yeah, $435,000 for the house when we bought it. That's how much. You live in Stockton? Represent. I grew up in Tracy. Not $400 a month. No. I saw something else. Did I give Katie the Erin Condren back to school desk stuff? Yes, and Katie likes it. Katie's got it all set up on a very Pinterest-worthy desk right now. It actually, the funny thing was the teal on the stripes and that shit that they sent me matches the teal on Katie's wall that we have painted in there. It was really funny. It looks really nice on your desk. Do you like it? Yeah? Yeah, Katie was jazzed by it. Katie liked it. Question, did we go to a bank first and then get a house? Yes, we got pre-approved for a mortgage before we shopped. And we bought under what we were approved for, because when we bought under what we were approved for, we knew that A, we would be able to handle our mortgage payments as the property taxes go up, and they just went up by a bunch. So our mortgage went up, like our payment every month went up because the property taxes went up because #California. But we bought under what we were approved for, but at the same time, I would have loved to pay less. Like, believe me, especially and we put a bunch of money into it at the beginning as well to redo the kitchen. Even though we did an IKEA kitchen, now you can see our kitchen's tiny. And so it only cost us $2,000 to get the IKEA cabinets put in. It was maybe a total of like $5,000 to redo the kitchen between the floors, the appliances, and the cabinets. And we're still working on it. Like, the kitchen's not done yet. Yeah, see, we were not subprime. Jesse has a fantastic credit score. We actually got approved based on him alone because I had just quit my job because I was so frustrated with it. And I remember some of you guys were around for that when we bought this house. We bought it 2 or 3 months after I quit Trader Joe's to work for myself. And I had a year of freelance income on my income taxes, but I did not have 2 years of income taxes with freelance income. I was going to have it in that March. So it was kind of a shitty time to buy a house, but the nice part was we didn't get approved for more than we couldn't afford. We got approved for what we did. We could have gotten approved for more if I had been on. So I'm not on the loan, but I'm on the title. Because I did it right. So he owes all the money, but I'm on the title. Where is LA in relation to Napa? On the other side of the state. It's about 8 hours away driving. Napa is in Northern California. LA is in Southern California. And for a lot of you guys who may not realize it, it's basically like, it's not two separate states, but in terms of driving time, it is.
Wait, really? I've been conditioned to think that 7 hours is fine for one state.
California is bigger than a lot of states. I mean, most states, like Texas is bigger than California, and Alaska is way bigger than California. Mm-hmm. But yeah. And we wanted this house because it was in the neighborhood we wanted, which isn't the snazziest neighborhood in Napa. It's like a decent, like, it's not the best neighborhood in Napa. It's not the worst neighborhood in Napa. It's closer to the shittier neighborhoods than it is to the better neighborhoods, but it was near the school we wanted to be near, and near our where we used to live, and we loved our neighbors, and we're happy with our house. Like, I'm really happy with it. The only thing I'm not thrilled with is the price. I mean, and the size, sure, it's small. Like, my office is in my dining area. Like, here, this helps you out. You can see there's the kitchen. And then there's the living room with Katie in it and our new couch. Yay, new couch. So, I'm out in the middle of everything. I would love to have my own room, but that's just not going to happen right now. So, and I think Jesse wants his own room because he wants to be able to play guitar somewhere and be loud and not have me be like, Jesse, why don't you turn it down? But like, anyway, yeah. So we,
well, now you're going to have 2 people to tell to turn it down.
I know, because he's so excited. Katie wants to learn how to play guitar. So. Where's Loki? He is asleep in the cat tree. Here, wait. Is it showing the cat tree yet? There we go. There's the cat tree. He's in there. He's asleep. He hasn't scratched the new couch up yet, knock on IKEA wood. He did claw it a little bit when he was getting up, not in like a scratchy way, but in his claws kind of poked it. So we have to treat it with some kind of citrus situation so that he won't like destroy it. Napa is in Northern California. The super northern part of California. There's like the super northern part. Napa's in the Bay Area. It's in the north part of the Bay Area. But like if you divide Napa, like California up into halves, there's Southern California, there's Northern California, and then there's like Central California. And Napa is further north than Central California.
Mom, that's thirds, not halves.
Shush, Katie. Nobody asked.
You literally said 3 things and called it halves.
You need a look cam. Dude, I am so interested in figuring, I was talking to Jesse about this. We're going to try and figure out how I can do the thing where I can have 2 cameras at once during my live streams like they do on Twitch. We want to figure it out. We just got to like figure out how the hell to do it. So that's on my list of things that I want to do. I have no idea how, but I want to. Like I want to be able to like flip back and forth between my face and my hands and be like, holla, and then be like, holla. So like I want to do that.
You're such a nerd.
Shush, Katie. Anyway. That plant technically is not dead. I mean, it is dead. It's my wedding bouquet. That's what I picked all of my pieces of wheat from for the live plant with me. So I've gone and like decimated my dried out wedding bouquet. Anything for the cause. Question, do I think Go Wild will be in Orlando next year? I hope not. And that's going to sound like a dick move because you were like, oh, but I'll be there if it's in Orlando. The reason I don't want it to be in Orlando is twofold. One, I don't want to go to another fucking humid state. We've already had to go to Louisiana and Nashville. No. The second reason is that in Vegas, one of the problems with Vegas, even though I had a lot of fun in Vegas, is that Vegas, the city, overpowered the conference in some ways. Like people were so excited to go see shows and go to the casinos and go to all the things that the conference kind of got like we want the conference, like the conference wants to be the big spotlight with like a fun city to explore, but the conference is your main enchilada. And if it's in Orlando, I feel like a lot of people are going to feel pressured to bring their families with them so they can go to Disney. And
then Disney would be your main enchilada.
Yeah, and so I feel like it wouldn't really suit it. So I hope not. But I mean, I'll probably be going if it's in Orlando anyway, but like that's just not my hope.
Would you take us to go to Disney?
Shush, you. OBS. Thank you. Where did I get Loki from? I didn't name Loki. He and his brother were named Loki and Thor.
Mom, I think they meant where you got him from.
How old was Loki when we got him? 7? Question mark? 6? In that range. Do we own Thor? No, Thor is at Jesse's drummer's house for the band that he's in. Jesse's drummer has a lot of cats. He's kind of went through a cat phase after his son went to college, and he adopted Loki and Thor from a rescue. Their original owner, their brothers, and their original owner was elderly and had to move into an assisted living home, and she couldn't bring them with him, so she gave them to the really nice animal rescue in the area. And Scott saw them and fell in love with them and brought them home. And because he had 3 other cats, Thor was like great with the other cats. But Loki he's a needy, needy little son of a bitch. Loki is so needy and having to compete for attention with 4 other cats while both of the adults in the house were at work all day. And so they weren't even home that often. He was not doing well. He was starting fights and like super stressed out. And so we brought him here where he gets all the attention and I'm home all day and he's much happier. There was a while where we thought we might adopt Thor because Scott was really sad that he had separated the brothers, but I don't think he wants to give Thor up, and I would be fine taking Thor, but I don't think I want another cat just so, yeah.
He's a very happy kitty.
I did not, Michelle. 7 years old. Have I been to Disneyland? Yes, a couple of times.
Woo cheerleader.
How am I feeling? I'm feeling all right. And I should get going anyway. One more question. Looking to see. The first question that pops up. after Frito Plans, who tells us about Potato, who's super adorable. I will answer, and then I will get going, and then I'll see you guys on Sunday for another live stream at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. When am I having my next tattoo? Fuck, dude. I have wanted another tattoo on. It was going to be on this arm, but it can't now because of the fistula. So it would be on this arm in Klingon that says "The memory of you sings in my blood," to honor my parents who were Trekkies. But every time I put the money aside for it, we've needed new tires without fail. So it's been like 10 years, 12 years since I've wanted to get that tattoo. And every time I'm like, finally, I've got this chunk of money to spend on this tattoo. I've needed new tires. So I don't know. When do I need new tires? That's when I'm going to try and get my next tattoo. Do I like quilts? Yeah, as much as anybody likes quilts, I guess. Oh, that's awesome. I mean, it's not awesome that your brother died, Lisa, but I love that that's what she did. It's a really beautiful phrase. I actually put it in Klingon on a cake once at a Klingon wedding renewal for my parents' friends. They had me do their wedding cake, and I wrote in Klingon on it. When do I get my stitches out? I don't have stitches. I have the inside ones with glue, so I'm just waiting for the steri strips to fall off. It looks all janky right now. Maybe I should set money aside for tires and then get a tattoo. That's what I should do. Yeah, every time. Like when I finally, because it's not just that I'm like, I zeroed in on wanting a tattoo. It's when I finally have like a chunk of money where I'm like, I don't need anything to do with this. I'm going to get a tattoo. And part of the reason I haven't had a lot lately is because we've been putting it into the house. So there hasn't been any spare money. What did I have done? Maintenance on my dialysis access, or like more work done on it to get it ready to be used. You find putting gesso on paper to be very soothing? I agree. I find it to be very soothing as well, especially with a credit card where you're like, psh, 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 psh. Anyway, I'm going to get going. That could be my birthday gift next year. Maybe. Anyway, you guys, you're awesome, and I hope to see you on Sunday. It's not going to be a wacky plan with me. It's going to be a regular plan with me because I actually need to use my planner next week. But becoming a robot. Yeah, I wish I was bionic. I want Katie. What show am I ashamed I love? I'm not ashamed of shit. Okay, that's not true. I just discovered that the first season of Flavor of Love is on Hulu, so I've been rewatching that.
You were rewatching America's Next Top Model when I got
that. Yeah, but I rewatch America's Next Top Model whenever I don't feel good. But like Flavor of Love, I loved the shit out of it when it was on. It was one of two reality shows besides America's Next Top Model that I gave a shit about when it originally aired. One was Flavor of Love, and one was Joe Millionaire. What's gesso? It's a medium. It's kind of like a white paint, but it's not exactly paint. It's what you put onto canvases to prepare them for painting. If you get like a canvas that's already prepared from Michael's and has that painty smell, the white shit on it is gesso. Yes, when the girl spit on the other one. Thank you, you guys. Anyway, I will see you on Sunday, hopefully. Asta.